Good evening and welcome to Daily Netzach Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today we're doing the halachas Kuf, Siman Kuf Nun Base, starting from Sif Aleph, which is the halachas of Yichud. So Sif Aleph. Also lehis yachid im shum isha, ben yalda ben zakena, ben akum Yisraelis, ben kuivasoi, ben inu kuivasoi, chutz min ha'av. There is an issa, there is a prohibition for a man to be alone with any woman, whether she's young or old, whether she's Jewish or non-Jewish, whether she's a relative or she's not a relative, except for the father. That is, this prohibition does not apply to the father. Who is permitted to be alone with his daughter, and a mother with her son. Again, there's no prohibition. Obviously a husband and wife, there's no prohibition. Even if she's a nida. As for when a bride is nida, ein lekamon sif kuf non zayin. So for the halachas of a kala who is a nida, then you have to see halachas later. So Siman base. If one's wife is present, it's permitted for him to be alone with another woman, because his wife will safeguard him from sin. However, a Jewess may not be alone with an idolater, even if his wife is with him, even if there are many idolaters, and their wives are with them, she may not be alone with them. Sif Gimel. One woman may be alone with two upright terms of men, and is only permitted within the city, and during the daytime. But in the field or during the night time, even within the city, it is required that there be three ksherim, anoshim ksherim. However, with people who aren't modest or are, for a better translation, less sentious, she may not be alone with them at all. Even if they are numerous. Only unless their wives are with them. However, it's forbidden for one man to be alone with two women. However, some say that it is mutter for a man to be alone with three or more women. If his profession or his trade does not involve items that are specific to women. However, other authorities prohibit this in any situation. Sif Dalad. When a woman's husband is in the same city as she is, there's no concern regarding another man being alone with her, because the fear of her husband is upon her. And then she's worried about walking. Sif Hey. In a house whose door is open to the public domain, there's no prohibition against yichud during the day. But at the beginning of the night, as long as people are still coming and going in the city, the prohibition is not there. However, obviously, as soon as it quietens down, then there would be an issa. However, if this man has a familiar relationship with a woman, for example, if she grew up together with him, or she is his relative, or her husband had cautioned her, I should not be alone with that man. She may not be alone with him even if her husband is in the city. Even in a house that is open to the public domain. Sif Vav. Tinoikus. With regards to a young girl, she pechusa mishalish shanim, who is less than 3 years old, is permitted for a man to be alone with her. Similarly, with regard to a young boy, Pachu is Matisha shanim, who is less than 9 years old, it is permitted for a woman to be alone with him. Sif Zayin. Misha ein lo isha. One who does not have a wife, should not be a teacher of young children. Because the children's mothers come to the school and this may result in him being alone with a woman. However, in order to permit him to do this job, it's not a necessity that his wife be together with him in the school. Only that she be with him in the same city. Even if she's in a home, and he's teaching in his regular place of work. But a woman may not teach young children. Even if her husband is in town with her. Unless he is living in the same house as her. Because the fathers would bring the children. So just the reverse of the previous. It is an obligation upon a man to distance himself from woman to a great degree. Also, it is prohibited for him to gesture with his hand or his feet, or to hint with his eyes to another woman. But also, it was prohibited to be playful with her. The Hakil Rosh connected to be lightheaded with her, or to stare at her. But also, with someone whom you call him Isha. It is also prohibited to smell fragrances particular to a woman. The culture came because she on and all the more so when she's holding them in her hand. Or when they're hanging from her. It is prohibited to gaze at the colourful or decorative garments of a woman he knows. Even if when she's not wearing those particular clothes, she's still not allowed to look at them. Unless because he might come to have inappropriate thoughts. If one comes up to a woman in the street, also it's prohibited to walk behind her. He must hurry to a place where she remains to the side of him or behind him. We may not pass by the entrance of a zoina, prostitute, even at a distance of 4 amos, as in you've got to make sure you keep a good distance. One who gazes upon even the small figure of a woman with the intention of getting pleasure from it, it's a very great sin. It's prohibited to listen to the sound of a woman singing, or to gaze at her hair. Seif tests. Ein Sherlin Bishloim Isha Klal, when we not extend greetings to a woman in any manner, even through a husband. Also, it's prohibited to send her words of greeting. Therefore, when writing a letter to one's friend, it is prohibited to write, extend my greeting to your wife. However, it's permitted to inquire of a woman's husband or someone else regarding her well-being. Similarly, it is permitted to write to one's friend, inform me regarding the well-being of your wife. And that concludes tonight's Kitzur. Good evening.